there everyone, welcome back to GameVine, and my name is David, and welcome to another edition of Fast 5, board games for newcomers. And I've recently started a new job, and everyone that I'm training with knows nothing about the hobby. And the first thing that people ask me via my job or just anywhere and they don't know anything about board games, they'll ask me my favorite board games, and that is subjective because my taste might not necessarily be your taste, given that I've been doing this for a long time. But a better question would be, what is a game that I think you would like as a newcomer to the hobby? And I ask a few questions and I narrow it down, I find out what that person likes, and I eventually give them a game or two that they wind up liking in the end. So I thought, why not make a Fast 5, just so when people ask me this question and they're new to the hobby, they can go watch this video and find out certain games that they might like. And as you know, in Fast 5, I only have 1 minute to talk about each game to get the word of mouth out there. And I try to pick games that are good for the theme in different branches. Like I'll pick a dexterity game or a racing game. So these games are still 1 to 5 in my favorite order. They are just picked out of different genres. So these are good games for newcomers. So without further ado, let's go to the list, but I have 2 honorable mentions before we get there. The first one that I have here is Ink and Gold. This is a good press your luck game. It's a card-based game and it has cool jewels and tents that you hide your jewels in. So there's that one. The other one is my abstract pick, and I'm pretty sad that it didn't make the list. It just, there are a lot of good games to get people into the hobby. This is Corkle. It's a tile laying game and it's based on colors and shapes, and it's more fun than you would think it is. So that's my abstract pick. So those were the 2 honorable mentions. Let's get to number 5. First things first, this is a food tray. It's all I had. People have been asking me this question a lot, so I just grabbed the first thing that I had, and it was this. So number 5 is my racing / bidding game for the list, and this is Magical Athlete. Now this is a kooky, zany game where you take these characters and you are bidding in one round with the designated money that you have on different heroes, and they all have different powers. I actually have a review for this, so if you want to learn more about it, go and check that out. And in the first round you're bidding to get a lot of these heroes, and then you get the heroes and then you flip the board over and you actually race them. You roll a dice and it's all luck based, and this game is highly out of print, so unfortunately this is not easily available. But this is a great gateway game because it doesn't take itself seriously, and it's really easy to adapt to. Again, it's just a roll and move game with some bidding and a lot of character powers. I hope this one actually comes into print because I bring this to conventions with me all the time because, again, it's easy to bust out. The only gripe that I would have is the board is so blasé. I wish they would have spiced that up. So that was Magical Athlete. Let's get to number 4. And number 4 I don't physically have, and it's only because it's already in my game group, but it is a great hand management and kind of deliver game, and this is Ticket to Ride by Days of Wonder. You can see the pictures here. This is a train game, but the theme is kind of veneer. It really stops at the components because this is really a hand management game and you're trying to complete the routes. The train theme is just there to add flavor to this connect the lines game. And this is a really light, easy to pick up game. What you're doing is you're drawing cards and you're playing a certain amount of colors, like you need 3 colors of 1 to successfully get a route completed on the board, and I'm showing you it here, and you got to continue to do that, and you have goal cards that you have in your hand to get points. You also get points by placing the trains. The bigger the line, the more points. Physically, this game is one of the coolest ones I've seen. Days of Wonder never fails. I knew this had to be on the list, I just didn't know where it was going to go. So that is Ticket to Ride. It is the hand management portion of this list, and now we're going to get on to number 3. And number 3 on the list is my dexterity pick, which I'm always biased to. I was hoping this would make the list, and it finally did on the newcomers list, or the gateway gamer. And this is Rampage, or now known as Terra Meeple City. This is a great game visually, and almost anyone can pick up the theme and relate to monsters smashing buildings, right? It's colorful, has really big chunky bits, and what you're doing is you're portraying a monster eating meeples, and this will expose the new gamer to meeples, which were introduced in Carcassonne, and you're eating these meeples as the big monsters and destroying floors and eating them, doing special powers because you get cards. You're moving your paws by flicking them, and you're also flicking vehicles, and you might even flick one of the opposing monsters off your head too if you get lucky. This game is just, it's a hoot, and that's why I like this, because almost anyone can just see this game and be like, oh, okay, I can play this. And if you can flick something, you can flick a little disc, you'll get used to it, you can play this game. I don't know why they changed the name, maybe licenses, of course. I like Rampage. I actually altered the box, it got destroyed, and I put some bite marks in it, so that's kind of neat. So that is a good gateway game for the dexterity portion. Now let's get on to number 2. And the next game on here is my tableau or engine building game. This is how you can introduce a new person into that genre. And it kind of has a good Monopoly feel. So if they play Monopoly a lot, they'll like this game. I've played a lot of people who like Monopoly, and then I've adopted them into the hobby with this. And this one is called Machikoro. It's a cute Japanese style game where you are, like I said, buying cards, and you can see the pictures here. With the gold that you're getting, you'll be rolling a dice on your turn, and the result of the dice gives you money depending on what cards you have in front of you. And each player will continue to roll that dice, and you'll get coins on other people's turns, or on your turn, or you'll steal coins on certain dice rolls. This is a very light game when it comes to, you know, being aggressive. You're really just trying to focus on yourself, and this, like I said, is a good game to start on a tableau building front. This hits almost every time. I don't know a person who doesn't like Machikoro, and I game with some you know, picky people, and every one of the players that I've played this with has liked Machikoro. And you get to, you know, just get cash and build your town and build malls. It's a good one. So if you're into that, I say go pick up Machikoro now. That was number 2. And my number 1 game is my co-op game, and I think co-ops are good for newcomers because that is the least intimidating atmosphere you can build for them, because I think the hobby as a whole to a newcomer can be quite intimidating. And this one is a series of games. I don't have the first one though. I think Forbidden Island is the better one to start on. I have Forbidden Desert here, and I have a review for this, so go ahead and check this out. This is Matt Leacock's series, and this is also really affordable. A lot of these games on the list are pretty affordable with the exception of Rampage. And that's why I think it's good for the gateway gamer, so they don't have to invest too much and they can get a good product. You are essentially in Forbidden Island trying to save Atlantis from sinking, and you're playing the cards and flipping tiles and trying to save it and save yourself in doing so. In Forbidden Desert, you are the same people, but you have crashed your helicopter and you got a blueprint for a magical boat, and you have to build that flying boat to get out of the desert before the storm buries you. This is a great game to establish this hobby with a new person. I've seen this work time and time again. Monopoly fans, card playing fans, anybody. This is a great one to start off with. Again, Forbidden Island is the better of the two to start with. This is the next step up. So that was the Fast 5 for gateway gamers, or board games for newcomers. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informational. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all you play. You heard it here on the Game Vine. I'm out.